2, 1.
7 things you probably didn't know you need to know. I'm Jamie East, and this is the Smart 7.
Good morning, everybody. It's Friday the 11th of February, and it's the International Day for Women and Girls in Science. And a big happy birthday to Jennifer Aniston, Damian Lewis, Taylor Lautner and Sheryl Crow. Dame Cressida Dick is stepping down as the Commissioner of the Met Police, according to Mayor of London Sadiq Khan. He says he's been unimpressed by her failure to root out sexism, racism, homophobia, bullying and misogyny in the Met Police, and that Londoners have lost confidence in their police service.
Dame Cressida Dick has offered her resignation, which I have accepted. It's clear that the only way to start to deliver the scale of the change required is to have new leadership right at the top of the Metropolitan Police.
That leaves Boris in a delicate position, with an ongoing Met Police investigation into the Tory party parties and the still unpublished Sue Gray report. Cressida, having earlier said she wouldn't quit, found herself with no choice after Sadiq rejected her action plan following the police watchdog report. So she made a statement and thanked her team for all their efforts.
Undertaking this role has been the greatest honour and privilege of my life. Throughout my career, I have sought to protect the people of this wonderful, thriving and diverse city.
Boris headed to Brussels and Warsaw on Thursday to meet with NATO chiefs as tension ramps up again, with Russian military exercises now underway on the border with Ukraine. US President Joe Biden's warned that the situation could get crazy quickly and urged American citizens to leave the Ukraine immediately. Boris says it's time to draw a line in the snow as the situation remains on a knife edge.
Our intelligence, I'm afraid to say, remains grim. This is probably the most dangerous moment in what is the biggest security crisis that Europe has faced for decades, and we've got to get it right.
The UK's new Foreign Secretary Liz Truss was in Moscow, and she had the difficult task of meeting with veteran Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov. It didn't go terribly well, as he was dismissive of her efforts during their press conference and then walked off, leaving her at the podium.
This is like the deaf talking to the blind, etc. Or basically nobody's hearing each other. Unfortunately, our attempts to explain ourselves have fallen on deaf ears.
Thursday wasn't a great day all round for Boris, as he attracted criticism from an unexpected quarter, with former Prime Minister John Major giving him a piece of his mind. Speaking at the Institute for Government think tank, Major said that the whole Tory party drama had done damage to the government's reputation.
At number 10, the Prime Minister and officials broke lockdown laws. Brazen excuses were dreamed up. Day after day, the public was asked to believe the unbelievable.
And at a critical time in world politics, he says that Boris and the party crew have done real damage to the UK.
We are weakening our influence in the world. We should be wary. Our reputation is being shredded.
Speaking in Poland on his NATO trip, Boris was pretty defensive, calling the remarks demonstrably untrue. Actress and human rights activist Angelina Jolie was on Capitol Hill on Thursday, lending her voice to a bipartisan effort to renew the Violence Against Women Act, which lapsed in 2013 and had its renewal blocked by Republicans. It was originally introduced in the 90s by then-Senator Joe Biden, and he's backing its renewal. Angelina was emotional as she appealed for votes from across the political spectrum.
Most of all, I want to acknowledge the people for whom this legislation comes too late. The women who have suffered through this system with little or no support, the young adults who have survived abuse and emerged stronger, and the women and children who have died, who could have been saved.
Still to come on the Smart 7, Snoop Dogg goes back to his roots, and it's the Super Bowl this Sunday, right after this. Welcome back.
One of the biggest sporting events of the year takes place in LA on Sunday as the unfancied Cincinnati Bengals take on a star-studded LA Rams side in the NFL Super Bowl. If you want to know more, make sure you download the Sporting News 7, our new US sports podcast, which has all the latest ahead of Sunday's showdown. While the Rams roster's packed full of superstars like Odell Beckham Jr. and Matthew Stafford, the Bengals have taken everyone by surprise to get this far. Their not-so-secret weapon is rookie quarterback Joe Burrow, who's taken the NFL by storm this season. He's even inspired rock royalty Jim Peterick to rewrite his 40-year-old classic Eye of the Tiger in Burrow's honour.
The eye of the tiger. Joe Burrow got the eye of the tiger. The Bengals got the eye of the tiger.
Snoop D-O-double-G is quite the character. He's a rapper, actor and successful businessman. He cooks with Martha Stewart, performs with Dr. Dre this Sunday at the Super Bowl, and he's just bought his old record label Death Row Records. Death Row was the label that launched his career with the album Doggy Style back in '93, but he quit the label in 1998 after a row over royalties. He's been planning the move for a while, as he told the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast.
Well, Death Row should be in my hands. I should be running that shit just like I'm in position at Def Jam. Death Row means more to me because I helped create that. Right. I think they should give me that, let me run that shit, put the merchandise out, put the music all over the world. Just look at it like this. If they'd have gave it to me 5 years ago, I would have had Roddy Ricch, Ty Dolla $ign, YG. Anything coming out the West would have been on Death Row. Right. Tell me I'm lying.
It's going to be a busy summer for blockbusters. The latest one to add to the list is the third of the Jurassic World trilogy, entitled Jurassic World Dominion. It reunites Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard as Owen Grady and Claire Dearing on the trail of missing dinosaurs who've escaped into the outside world. And Jurassic Park OGs Jeff Goldblum, Laura Dern and Sam Neill are all expected to make an appearance too. This is the final part of the trilogy and it hits cinemas in June.
We can't keep her here forever.
They find her, we're never going to see her again. We got to protect her. That's our job.
Humans and dinosaurs can't coexist. We created an ecological disaster.
We not only lack dominion over nature, we're subordinate to it.
This has been The Smart 7. Wherever you're listening, do us a favour and hit the follow button. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Have a great day.
Written, produced and published by Daft Doris.